Well, now it is time for the top five segment, man. And ooh boy, I was a little confused at first when you first presented the idea to me. That's why mine's a little bit a roundabout because when you said when you pitched it to me, I feel like what I interpreted as what was your favorite film from your favorite studio. So I did it in the form of favorite studio with my favorite film from the studio. So that's how I did it.
I also did it that way.
Oh, okay.
I also did it that. I know you're
So
confused, right?
I didn't know your number one studio
I know,
was. Yeah,
I knew you were going to be like, wait a
yeah.
minute,
That's why I was
huh?
confused.
And I think most people that listen to this show will be like, huh? But it is, and we're going to get into it. You did it right. You did exactly
Okay,
how I
just
pitched
making
it.
sure,
Yeah.
just making sure. Oh my goodness, but yes, yes. My number five, or my fifth favorite studio of the entertainment industry, is
Interesting.
Paramount. And then the film that I chose was Shrek.
Mm.
I chose Shrek because this film was so iconic to my youth. It was very iconic for DreamWorks, obviously, putting them like on the map as like, okay, we can compete with Disney, we can compete with Pixar. So Steven Spielberg's DreamWorks did amazing things. So yeah, that's why I wanted to put this on the list. So yeah, number five, Paramount, my fifth favorite studio, and then my favorite film from Paramount is Shrek.
There you go. And yeah, you're exactly right with bringing up, Pixar and stuff, because that's the reason Shrek ended up at Paramount.
Yeah,
Paramount wanted to have the success with DreamWorks in direct competition to Disney, and
exactly.
yeah, that's what it was. Some will say it did, some will say it didn't. But anyway, my least favorite studio out of the majors right now is Sony, because they can't apparently put out anything but Spider-Man that works. But they did put out one. They took a chance. It was an original film based on an original short film, and they took a swing and nailed it. Hit an out of the park home run, grand slam probably, all the bases loaded, and it worked. And I'm talking about Whiplash. Oh, one of not only just my favorite Sony film, one of my all-time favorite films ever. Just J.K. Simmons and Miles Teller absolutely fucking kill it with this film. The performances are just outrageous. It's an absolutely brilliant film. And see, Sony, if you take shots outside of Spider-Man, you can have some success. That's all I'm saying. Stop failing with Spidey. Give it back to Marvel. Just work on outside shit. You'll be fine. I like it though. The reason I like this one and I put it on the list is because Damien Chazelle was not Damien Chazelle yet, right? He made a short film. Somebody saw it. Somehow he got J.K. Simmons in the short film, but somebody saw it and said, Jesus, this would make a great feature length. Sony picked it up and boom, rest is history. Now Damien's obviously one of the top-notch directors in Hollywood right now. And but yeah. So keep making shorts. Keep making shorts. That's all I'm saying. My number five.
Exactly, man. Love it. I freaking love it. Great movie too.
Oh,
Great
yeah.
freaking movie. Number four for me, my fourth favorite studio goes to Universal. And my favorite film from Universal is 8 Mile. I think 8 Mile is probably the best biopic that we have seen, that we will ever see of all time, in my opinion. I just think who a biopic that is played by the person who the movie is about. That's also like something that's awesome. Like Eminem is a highly underrated actor. Like he
Agreed.
knocked it out of the park
Agreed.
with this film. This is a film that I grew up with in youth and like watch it at least once a year, I feel like, because it's so freaking good. And I mean, when else can Eminem roast freaking Falcon, aka Captain America, aka freaking Anthony Mackie? It's so freaking hilarious because before he was Falcon, he was getting roasted by Eminem on stage. But yeah, I mean, I love this film so much. But anyway, yeah, my number four, 8 Mile for Universal.
If I wasn't old, 8 Mile would have been my favorite from Universal as well. It's one of my favorites for sure, all time. I agree with
Yep.
you. I think it's and the reason I think it's the best biopic is because he did play himself. Who
Yeah.
better to play somebody than the guy himself? And it was, I mean,
Exactly.
he is the I just yeah, dude, he's a really solid actor. I wish he would have done. Tupac was a great actor. I wish more of the. I don't know. I feel like that's
Play
opportunity
themselves
lost.
in the movies.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I just think opportunity
Like,
lost there.
I mean, like, for example, Elton playing an old version of himself in Rocket Man, I feel like that would have added another layer to that
Without
film
doubt.
that would have made me like it more, to
Which
be honest.
hopefully gives some sort of something to the Michael one coming. Because
Yeah.
while not Michael himself, is an actual Jackson, looks
Descendant. Yeah.
exactly fucking like Michael,
Yeah.
and grew up around all that shit. So
Yeah.
it's going to be a true interpretation of Michael. So hopefully that kind of plays. My number 4 favorite studio is also Universal, but my favorite film, because I am old and because we wouldn't have the summers that we have now without it, as we know, Jaws. And we might not have Steven Spielberg. Had this one failed, because it did go way over budget, way over time, and he was not a popular guy. But it then, of course, it became the biggest movie of all time at that time, and saved him and cemented him as the Spielberg that we know and love. So I just recently watched it again on the anniversary. Shark Week, come on. But yeah, my number 4 studio, Universal, which I'm finding out recently, Hollywood exists because of Universal, because of Carl Laemmle. Like I'm learning so much about the golden age of Hollywood right now. Without the guy that created Universal, the rest of it probably never happens.
Mm,
What? Yeah.
it's crazy.
Fucking crazy. So thank you, Universal. But anyway, Jaws, my number 4 studio and my favorite film from them.
Nice. Love it. I love it. Well, my number 3, and it's really because it's freaking Columbia, but it's Sony. And my number 3 film is Superbad. I love Superbad. I love what
Superbad's great.
Superbad means to the comedy culture for the films that came out in that time, because Judd Apatow, Seth Rogen, Steve Carell, like Michael Cera, Jonah Hill, Dave Frank or not and I mean Dave Franco and James Franco, like so many people came out of this era of comedy. I mean, Kevin Hart was in some of those movies, Paul Rudd was in a lot of those
Yep.
movies. Like, it's iconic. Danny McBride, like, this time of filmmaking and comedy filmmaking, we were just talking about comedies at theatrical release on our Instagram live, and this is peak comedy, and probably the last time comedies did very well in just a culture space. I love this film. I love what this film means, and I love Seth Rogen. I'm listening to his book right now, Yearbook. I'm learning so much about him. Like, for example, him and Jason Segel auditioned for 8 Mile. They were going to be Cheddar Bob. One of
See,
them was going
there
to
you
be,
go.
and none of them got the part, which I thought was hilarious. But I love Superbad. Might be a movie I watch tonight, because these movies I watched this week were not great. I literally watched 3 movies this week, and none of them, like, I mean, they were okay, but they never didn't blow my socks off. But anyway, number 3 for me, Sony and Superbad.
All
Yeah.
right, there you go. Number 3 for me, Paramount. And you would think, right, with me and my age and my growing up or whatever, it'd probably be somewhere in the 80s, right? Because the Paramount had a lot of awesome films in the 80s. But no, it's when I was a wee kid in the 70s. My favorite film, and one of my all-time favorite films, and many would say the best film ever, and it'd be hard to argue against, The Godfather. Paramount took a chance on The Godfather. If you guys didn't watch The Offer, and you want to know the history of that, how that all went down, highly recommend that show on Paramount Plus. But it's just, come on. The Godfather is one of the greatest cinematic masterpieces of all time. Paramount did go through shit to get it made, went through all kinds of hell, and cemented itself. It rebirthed that studio in a way that, Bob Evans basically saved Bob Evans temporarily anyway. Yeah, just unbelievable. And it's funny, The Godfather is considered maybe the greatest film of all time. Another little piece of history I recently learned, Paramount Studios, the very first feature-length film, Paramount Studios. They were all just the little silent 15-minute things, no real storyline, just blah, 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 blah. Guy who created Paramount, was his idea to tell a feature length 90-minute. The goal was, let's put plays, 90-minute plays, theatrical play, and make them movies. And so he took plays and made them movies. And of course didn't go over well at first, but then it did, and then it hit. And so Paramount, responsible for the feature length films that we now enjoy today. There you go.
Awesome, man. Great trivia. I know
And The
we're
Godfather.
bringing so much
we're bringing
trivia.
knowledge, baby. We're bringing knowledge.
It's so funny. I love it. I love it. Well, number 2 for me, number 1 and 2 are always like neck and neck.
Oh, yeah,
but I mean,
always.
You know, number 2 for me is Warner Brothers, and the film that I love from Warner Brothers is 300. It's probably my favorite film that I love from Warner Brothers. I think just the overall like impact that film had on the culture, just growing up mid 2000s before the 2010s, it was an interesting time in America, in the United States, as a youth, as an adult, I'm sure. But to this film, I think definitely brought a new aspect and a new grittiness to filmmaking. I mean, the way that thing was shot, the way it was edited, the way that Gerard Butler portrays the character, I think was fucking awesome. And I mean, of course, Spartans spawning from that, I believe, and then there was a 302 or whatever. But I mean, when you think about Romans, when you think about like fucking these Trojan people who are like killing each other just for land and like crops and like very like basic necessities, like it's always very interesting and very like gravitating. Like I love the Greek gods, I love that type of stuff, and this fell right in that reign. And the Persian Empire, which I guess was a huge thing, and I had no idea until I watched this movie. But yeah, I love this one as well. So number 2 for me, freaking Warner Brothers and 300.
This
is Sparta!
Exactly. I feel like really introduced the world to Gerard Butler. Brought a whole new generation of people to the gym because they all wanted fucking abs like that. Dude was fucking ripped. And launched the Snyderverse, baby, the Justice League and all the DC prop. That's why they handed him the keys to the DC kingdom.
So
was this the success of that movie?
It makes so much sense.
So it only makes sense. All right, my number 2 favorite studio, and it's not the one you think. It's not Warner Brothers. It's Disney. As you said, they kind of like it. They're neck and neck, really, but they're kind of like. But for me, still holding. Disney, my number 2 favorite studio. And my favorite film from Disney, this was really hard, y'all, because Disney, fuck, man. I mean, they've had so many great films. And you know I'm a comic book geek, so all of the Marvel films, and then animation and the Pixar films, and then just regular, just Disney animated films, Lion King and all. I'm taking it all the way back to when I was a kid, and the animated kids from the 70s and all that. But the one I chose, my favorite Disney film, Tombstone. In my opinion, the greatest Western ever made. Unforgiven, God, Clint, I love you, man. That's like right there. They're neck and neck. But just fucking Tombstone, man. It just all clicked on that movie for me, man. It all clicked. What they went through to get that movie made, they ran out of fucking money, and Kurt Russell had to finish paying for the fucking movie himself. What? Get the fuck out. But then Bill Paxton, Sam Elliott, and the legendary Kilmer. Come on, man, as Doc Holliday delivers one of the best lines in cinematic history with "I'm your Uncle Barry." Fuck, man. And Jason Priestley with some weird, like, fucking weird character. I don't even know. We could have done without Jason Priestley in Tombstone. I'm just saying. If I have one gripe about the movie, it's maybe Jason Priestley's character. I just didn't get him in the plot point for, like, why is he here? Anyway, Tombstone, my favorite Disney movie, and Disney, my second favorite studio.
That's so funny. Yeah, very weird character, right?
Just. Am I right though? What did he do to progress the story forward? There was no point for him.
No, not at all. Number 1 for me, obviously Disney, and my favorite film from Disney is Remember the Titans.
Yes.
Oh my gosh, Denzel Washington, one of his best performances of all time.
Oh, without doubt.
I would say.
Hands down.
like so freaking good. Ryan Gosling's in this thing. I mean, there's so
Everybody's
many
in this
young
fucking
actors
thing.
in this
Yeah.
freaking film, but it's so inspiring. This is my Miracle. I've never seen Miracle, not yet
Oh
anyway.
yeah,
So,
yeah.
but yeah, Remember the Titans. Like it gets me going. It gets me pumped
Oh
up. It
yeah.
get like the camaraderie that brings everybody together, especially in a segregated time or an intersegregated are an interwoven community now. And yeah, it's a beautiful freaking film. My
Oh
number one. Remember the Titans.
yes, yeah, dude. Which I'm getting ready to watch here soon because if you want to get pumped for football season, watch
Yeah,
this
right.
film.
Yeah,
It's the one that just fires you up for football season,
so good.
baby. Remember the Titans got little Hayden Panettiere, now grown up
Yes.
ass Hayden, but like yeah. Okay, my number one, obviously it's the only one left out of the five majors, right? Warner Brothers. Warner Brothers Pictures, ladies and gentlemen, my favorite studio. I think it's obvious. I mean, they put out the film that made me want to be a filmmaker. They followed it up years later with like the coolest shit I've ever seen on screen with Keaton as fucking Batman. All right, I mean this studio delivers, baby. Clint Eastwood in most of his Dirty Harry movies, it's like it's just this studio pumps them out, y'all. It's like think of all of Clint's greatest movies, Unforgiven, like and again, all of the I think why I like Warner Brothers so much is because early on they did take risks. They were the studio putting out there with like going, okay, let's see if that sticks, kind of a thing. And Jack, Harry, and Sam, they weren't scared. They took chances because they were the underdogs in the golden age of Hollywood. A lot of people don't realize, but they were not the end-all be-all powerhouse that they eventually became. Louis B. Mayer was like bitch slapping them on a regular basis, but they didn't give up and they were scrappy and boom. And my favorite film, it's not Superman or Batman. I love them both. I always will. My favorite film, and it's strictly from a filmmaker aspect and point of view, The Last Samurai. I think one of the best looking ever made films on the big screen. It is so cinematically beautiful. I don't know if it's because I'm so like in love with the culture, but the scenery, the shot selection, the lighting, the way they chose to tell this story through. There's dialogue, don't get me wrong, but this story moves me because of it's visually just beautiful to watch. And it takes place over the span of a while. So you see the beautiful colors of the spring and the summer. You see the harsh winters of the fall. You see the bloom of the cherry blossoms amongst this epic story of basically the fall of the samurai, the fall of the ninja, the fall of that type of hierarchy, which switched over to the emperor and the new modernized, westernized, machine gun armies and what now we know as Japan to be. I don't know, man. That movie just and it's a Tom Cruise movie. What the fuck, man? But but Tom Kelson in it. I'm just gonna say it. My favorite studio, Warner Brothers Pictures. Today, maybe it'll be Disney tomorrow, I don't know, but today, Warner Brothers and The Last Samurai, just fucking beautiful. I try to get everybody to watch that fucking film. If you're a filmmaker, you should watch that film. It's like a master class in how to fucking shoot a film. Just my
For sure,
opinion.
man. For sure. Well, we want to know what is your favorite studio and what is your favorite film from that studio. Please
Ooh.
be sure to comment down below in the YouTube comment section, X, Threads, Twitter, any of the good places that you're on social media. We definitely love the fan interaction, so please be sure to let us know your favorite studio from, or your favorite movie from your favorite studio. There we go. Oh man, oh man.